Standard 10. Today I shall be teaching you Act 3, Scene 4. Now the scene takes place in Belmont, a hall in Portia's house. So now we are aware of what had actually taken place in the previous scene, and Lorenzo had been observing how Portia had been very helpful, very considerate, and how she reacted as soon as she heard the content of Antonio's letter. Before that, she did come to know that there is some problem Antonio is facing, which had snatched away the happiness from Bassanio's face. Then she said, we shall go to the church, we shall get ourselves married, and then by rights, you can take my money and go and save your friend. But after hearing the content of the letter, she did not waste any time. Immediately, she tells Bassanio to pack up everything and leave immediately. Now that action or gesture of hers was so admirable or commendable that Lorenzo couldn't help but express his feelings. How a lady in the most important day of her life, she was ever ready or willingly to sacrifice her happiness so that her to-be husband could go and save his best friend from the clutches of Shylock. Now, the scene opens like this. Lorenzo says, Madam, although I speak in your presence. So now he is very impressed. So he would like to praise her in front of her. So he says, I would like to speak, be bold and speak frankly in your presence. You have a noble and a true conceit. He says, you are a person who has done a noble deed, and you have also proved the true concept of divine friendship. For understanding Bassanio's difficulties and allowing him to leave on your wedding day. It's a great thing. Nobody or no girl would ever want her wedding to be cancelled just for the sake of a friend. So he's trying to make Portia be aware that since you actually do not know to whom you are actually helping or saving. Says you still have to know how deep or how good a friend Bassanio is towards Antonio. Antonio is a very dear friend of Bassanio. Indirectly, through Bassanio, you are helping Antonio. You do not know the kind of a gentleman Antonio is. He is a very kind, generous person. He is a well-reputed person, merchant in Venice. So you are yet to know the depth of Bassanio and Antonio's friendship, and Antonio being a well-reputed person or merchant in Venice. Says now, if you come to know that all the goodness that you have been doing earlier, you will realize that this act of yours will be the best amongst all the good deeds that you have done. So, that is how Lorenzo expresses his feelings, because it is quite strange that a person on her wedding day understands the boy's problem and allows him to go. Usually it also happens in our country, but then there is a lot of talk that today only on the wedding day his friend has to phone up. All sorts of nonsense is always spoken. Now, Portia in response, I never did repent for doing good. Now here it means that, okay, I have done something good. It says, I never regret it, no, neither do I step back to do any good for people. I am always very supportive and helpful. And actually what she meant is that I do good, but I don't praise myself or talk about it. I love to do good, I encourage goodness, but I don't have the habit of discussing or talking about the goodness that I do. Now, where the two friends are concerned, that I have already understood that there is a very strong bond of love between Bassanio and Antonio, to which she says over here, whose soul do bear an equal yoke of love. Now, yoke, this word, it is not the yellow version of an egg. A yoke is actually a wooden piece which is put on the neck of two oxen when they have to plow the field. So those two oxen are bound together with this wooden piece so that wherever they go, they will always move together. They cannot move in two different directions. That is how she compares their love. These two are very close to each other. They cannot live without each other. So their souls have met. So she has understood this. And now she is explaining that there must be needs be like proportions. There has to be something unique between these two, of lineaments, of manners and of spirit, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my Lord, must needs be like my Lord. He says, now, after observing the reaction of Bassanio, she has understood that if Bassanio is very close to Antonio, now I have understood that Antonio, being the bosom lover of my Lord, so Antonio being a very close friend to my Lord, my husband, definitely he has the similar qualities of my husband. Like we know, a very famous saying, birds of a feather flock together. So, and then there's another saying, you show me your friends and I will tell you your character. So here she finds that there definitely must be a lot of similarity between Antonio and Bassanio. He says, and now, from out the state of hellish cruelty, now I've also understood that the kind of work which you consider it very great, in my eyes, it is just a small favor done in comparison to what Antonio has done for Bassanio. So if we judge the kind of work Antonio has done for Bassanio and the kind of work I have just done for Bassanio to help Antonio. Antonio's help is much greater than the kind of help I have given. Then again she said, oh, let's stop this conversation. Again I am talking about myself. Because she said, whenever I do anything good, I don't like to talk about it or praise myself. Now, while in conversing with you, I think I'm getting back to going against my own wish by talking about the goodness that I have done. So, my main idea is, Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house. Actually, the main purpose now she says, now look, Lorenzo, I am requesting you, if you could take care of my house until my Lord's return. Because if you can take care of my house and everything till my Lord's return. For mine own part, I have toward heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation, only attended by Narissa here. Now Portia is trying to hand over her mansion, a bungalow, to Lorenzo, requesting him if he could take charge of the building, because she said she had made a secret promise that in her absence of her husband, she will go to a monastery and she will spend her life in prayers and contemplation. And she can only be escorted by her maid servant. And she will also remain with me till our husband, that means Narissa's husband and Portia's husband, will return. So he says there is a monastery 2 miles off, and there will we abide. I do desire you not to deny this imposition. I mean, I am requesting you not to turn out my request. Okay, there is a monastery 2 miles away. We will be going there. The which my love and some necessity now lays upon me. So I'm entrusting my whole house to you, and I also hope that you will take the responsibility and not turn out my request. I shall keep it till here, okay, and we shall continue tomorrow the next part of the drama. Thank you.